So now we are going to study LMTD method for the parallel flow heat exchanger. We are going to derive equation for the logarithmic mean temperature difference for the parallel flow heat exchanger. So this is the length versus, or we can say that the area versus temperature graph for the parallel flow heat exchanger. TH1 entry temperature of the hot fluid, TH2 exit temperature of the hot fluid, TC1 entry temperature of the cold fluid and TC2 exit temperature of the cold fluid. In parallel flow heat exchanger, both the fluid take entry from the same side. So suppose from the left side, so at the left side the temperature difference between the hot fluid and cold fluid, which is known to us, which is going to be TH1 minus TC1, denoted by delta T. At the exit point, the temperature of the hot fluid would be TH2 and the temperature of the cold fluid would be TC2. So the temperature difference at the exit of the heat exchanger from the right side is going to be TH2 minus TC2, which is denoted by delta T2. Suppose we have considered one elementary area between this entry and exit point, dA. The temperature difference at this elementary area, suppose taken as a delta T. So for this elementary area, we know that from left to right, the temperature which is going to be dropped for the hot fluid is dTH. The temperature raise, because whatever heat is going to be loosened by the hot fluid is going to be absorbed by the cold fluid, so that the temperature rise in the cold fluid is going to be dTH for this elementary area dA. Now, so the temperature of the hot fluid will drop by dTH, the temperature of the cold fluid will increase by dTc. Now, from our previous equations, we know that Q is equal to, for hot fluid, we can write Q is equal to mCp TH1 minus TH2, heat transfer rate or amount of heat which is going to be heat transfer rate of the hot fluid, the heat released by the hot fluid which is going to be absorbed by the cold fluid. Similarly, for the cold fluid heat transfer rate, the rate of heat gaining by the cold fluid, which is going to be written as mCp Tc2 minus Tc1. Okay, here this Q is for the rate of heat transfer, not only heat, it's joule per second or kilojoule per second. So we know that del Q for this elementary area, the amount of heat which is going to be loosened by the hot fluid is del Q, or the amount of heat which is going to be absorbed by the cold fluid is del Q. So del Q is equal to minus mCp H dTH is equal to mCp dTc. Because we know here from left to right, the hot fluid is going to lose the heat, so we can denote it by a negative. The cold fluid is going to absorb the heat, so it is positive. Now, from this equation, this mass flow rate into specific heat is known as the heat capacity. Mass flow rate into specific heat is generally written as the heat capacity, which is the CH. So mHCpH is denoted by CH, mCCpC denoted by Cc. Here this is a Cc. Okay. So now from this equation, we know that dTH would be dQ divided by CH minus dQ divided by CH, and dTc is equal to dQ divided by del Q divided by Cc. Now dTH minus dTc is equal to, this del Q will be common, so minus del Q in bracket 1 upon CH plus 1 upon Cc. Now this TH minus this D into bracket TH minus TC, so TH minus TC can be written as delta T minus del Q 1 upon CH plus 1 upon Cc as it is. Now we know the first equation that instead of del Q we can write U TH minus TC into dA. So instead of del Q, we can write U in bracket TH minus TC into dA. Now this TH minus TC can be written as delta T. Now rearrange this equation, we will get d delta T divided by delta T is equal to minus U into dA 1 upon CH plus 1 upon Cc. Now integrate this equation and putting the limit, integrating that equation and putting the limit, we will get integrating between inlet and outlet condition, because that the dA or dA is our differential area which we have selected. So now for total heat exchanger, we have to integrate this equation putting the limit for the inlet and outlet condition. So for inlet we have denoted by 1, for outlet we have denoted by 2. So this is 1 to 2 inlet temperature an outlet temperature. For area 0 to A, so for area the limit is going to be 0 to 1, 0 to 1, or we can say that 0 to A. So now if we integrate, so 1 upon delta T is going to be ln delta T2 divided by delta T1. After putting the limit, it would be delta T2 ln delta T2 minus ln delta T1. So it would be ln delta T2 divided by delta T1 is equal to minus U. Integration of this dA would be simple capital A, 1 upon CH plus 1 upon CC remains as it is. Now we know that we have two equations, rate of heat transfer by hot fluid, which can be calculated by MCP TH1 minus TH2. Rate of heat gaining by the cold fluid can be easily calculated by MCP TC2 minus TC1. Now from this equation we can write that instead of mass flow rate into specific heat, this is our heat capacity, CH TH1 minus TH2 and CC TC2 minus TC1. From this equation we can derive the value of 1 upon CH, which is going to be TH1 minus TH2 divided by Q, and 1 upon CC becomes TC2 minus TC1 divided by Q. So putting this value of 1 upon CH and 1 upon CC in this equation, we will get ln delta T2 divided by delta T1 is equal to minus U. This integration will become capital A. Instead of 1 upon CH, we can put this equation TH1 minus TH2 minus Q here. Instead of 1 upon CC, we can put value TC2 minus TC1 divided by Q. Now, if we simplify this equation, the Q will be common from both this term, so it would be minus UA divided by Q in bracket. If we rearrange this four temperature terms TH1, TH2, TC2 minus TC1 in this way, so here this minus, so suppose take this minus into this bracket, so this TH2 will become positive, this TH1 becomes negative, this TC1 becomes positive, and this TH2 becomes positive. So TH2 minus TC2 minus TH1 minus TC1. So rearranging this four temperature and take this minus into the bracket, we will get this kind of arrangement. We know that TH2 minus TC2 is the temperature difference at the exit point, which is denoted by delta T2, and TH1 minus TC1 is the temperature difference at the inlet, which is denoted by delta T1. Now again rearranging this equation, we will get Q is equal to UA delta T2 minus delta T1 ln delta T2 divided by delta T1. We can write this equation in this form. So instead of delta T2 minus delta T1 divided by ln delta T2 divided by delta T1, which is denoted by delta Tm, which is our logarithmic mean temperature difference. This equation is known as the logarithmic mean temperature difference for the parallel flow heat exchanger. Now LMTD method for counter flow heat exchanger. So we know that for counter flow heat exchanger, hot fluid and the cold fluid are going to enter from the different locations. Suppose hot fluid is entering from the left side of the heat exchanger, then the cold fluid will going to be enter from the right side of the heat exchanger. So this is the entry point of the hot fluid, TH1, the temperature of the hot fluid at the entry inlet. TC1, the inlet temperature of the cold fluid. The TC1 would be the minimum among the four temperature values. So this is the, as you can see, TC1 is the lowest value of the temperature, TH1 is the highest value of the temperature. So in heat exchanger, the temperature of the hot fluid is going to be decreased. So from TH1 to TH2, as you can see, the temperature TH1 to TH2, the temperature of the hot fluid is decreasing. From TC1 to TC2, the temperature of hot fluid is going to be increased because the heat is absorbed from the hot fluid. So that from TC1 to TC2, the temperature of the cold fluid is increased. Again, taking small elementary area dA, the temperature difference at this elementary area suppose taken as a delta T. So suppose if we are going from left to right side, here you can see the temperature of the both fluid, hot fluid and cold fluid, is going to be decreased from left to right side. So we can write Q is equal to minus CH, TH1 minus TH2. CH is the heat capacity, MHCPH. CC is MCCPC, heat capacity of cold fluid. So here minus sign for the both hot fluid and cold fluid, because from left to right if we see, the temperature of both fluid is going to be decreased. Now for this elementary area, we can write instead of Q, we have del Q for a small elementary area. The temperature of the hot fluid is going to be dropped by dTH. Here this is dTH for this small elementary area. So minus CH dTH, and the temperature of the cold fluid is going to be dropped by dTc for this small elementary area. Here you can see the dTc, the temperature drop for the cold fluid is dTc. So it's minus Cc dTc. Now from this equation, we can find out the value of dTH, which is going to be minus del Q by CH. Similarly, for dTc, minus del Q by Cc. Now, dTH minus dTc would be minus del Q will common in bracket 1 upon CH minus 1 upon Cc. So, dTH minus dTc is a d delta T. dTH minus Tc, we can write TH minus Tc as a delta T as for from the figure. Minus del Q 1 upon CH minus 1 upon Cc as it is. Now, we know instead of del Q, we can write U TH minus Tc into dA. This TH minus Tc can written as delta T. Rearranging this equation, we will get d delta T divided by delta T is equal to minus U into dA in bracket 1 upon CH minus 1 upon Cc. Now integrating this equation to get equation for the total heat exchanger. So integrating this equation and putting the limit of inlet and outlet condition, which is 1 and 2, and putting the limit for the area 0 to A. So we will get ln delta T2 minus ln delta T1. So ln delta T2 divided by delta T1 minus U into A 1 upon CH minus 1 upon Cc. Now we have to put the value of 1 upon CH and 1 upon Cc. Again, we can find out value upon 1 upon CH and 1 upon Cc from this equation. We know this equation for the rate of heat transfer by the hot fluid mHCpH Th1 minus Th2. Rate of heat gaining by the cold fluid, which is going to be mCCpC Tc2 minus Tc1. Here mHCpH can be written as the heat capacity Ch. mCCpC heat capacity of cold fluid can be written as Cc. So from this equation 1 upon Ch becomes Th1 minus Th2 divided by Q. 1 upon Cc becomes Tc2 minus Tc1 divided by Q. Now putting this 1 upon Ch in 1 upon Cc in our previous equation. In this equation, instead of 1 upon Ch, Th1 minus Th2 divided by Q, Tc2 minus Tc1 divided by Q instead of 1 upon Cc. Now, simplifying this equation, we will get, in this equation, the Q will be common from this both term. Taking this minus into the bracket, we will get delta T2, the temperature difference at the exit, which is going to be Th2 minus Tc1. Minus Th1 minus Tc2. If we put this minus in bracket, these two terms will interchange between this minus. So this Th2 minus Tc1 will become delta T2. This Th1 minus Tc2, the temperature difference at the inlet, becomes delta T1. Now again rearranging this equation, we will get Q is equal to UA delta T2 minus delta T1 upon ln delta T2 divided by delta T1. This term is known as the logarithmic mean temperature difference, which is denoted by delta Tm. So again the delta Tm becomes delta T2 minus delta T1 upon ln delta T2 divided by delta T1, which is our LMTD, logarithmic mean temperature difference equation for the counter flow heat exchanger, which is same for the parallel flow heat exchanger.